This is your author. Hello, this is your author Mark coming to you with another interesting YouTube video. And today's discussion, we're going to call it tariffs. We're going to talk about tariffs today. What are they? Who do they benefit? And all that stuff. Because, and the reason I want to talk about this today is because there's a lot of talking heads on Fox Business Network, on BBC, or on regular Fox News, you name it, any news source. All they're talking about is Trump tariffs. Now, what are tariffs? Well, tariffs are nothing more than tax. The tariffs can be placed. That means extra taxes can be placed on imported goods and exported goods. Now, the thing is, all these people on Fox News, everywhere else you turn, on every media channel, they're saying how tariffs will benefit us, and to be honest with you. After a careful examination of this issue of tariffs and all that stuff, I would say yes. One way looking at it, I would say yes. Those tariffs will benefit us, the United States. They will fix the economy temporarily, of course, but again, this will only benefit us in the United States in the short term, because in the long term it could be a disaster. And the reason I say that in the short term this will benefit us, but in the long term it could be a disaster, is because if you studied history, and I am talking to the baby boomers whose grandfathers have served in the Pacific and World War II, that because one of the reasons that Japan attacked us was because we did and if you studied your history right, then you would know. If you had really good history teachers who will tell you the truth, that one of the reasons that Japan really attacked us in 1941 was because we did put sanctions on them. That means on Japan. That means tariffs. We did put tariffs on Japan, and we forbid them to import scrap metal and scrap metal and aluminum. Okay. And what happened then after, because there were many reasons why Japan attacked us. There are several reasons for that, but one of the biggest reasons that Japan attacked us in 1941 is because we put tariffs on Japan on steel. We forbid them to import steel, and we did put tariffs on it, and we forbid them to. We did forbid them, but we also put tariffs on it, and the most precious metal that we put tariffs on for Japan was aluminum. So what I'm driving at, I'm asking here in this particular discussion is, I'm saying, are we gonna be in the same boat, or is history repeating itself? Now, hopefully, we're not going to experience the same thing like Pearl Harbor, but I'm going to tell you right now that yes, like I said, in the short term, yes, these tariffs will benefit us, but in the long term, ladies and gentlemen, we might have to face what we call an economic war. Now, to be honest with you, and I also heard yesterday on Fox Business Network, again, because that's one of my favorite networks, is that one of the talking heads said that there's not going to be a recession, and I hope and pray that there isn't one. But if we're going to keep on, slapping tariffs on aluminum on Canada, on other places, then the consequences of it may be, ladies and gentlemen, that basically other countries will put tariffs on our. If we want to sell, if the American manufacturers want to sell their goods to other countries, those countries might slap tariffs on the American goods. And what do you get then? That's right, an economic war, which in a large perspective actually may lead to recession, because like I said, those talking heads on the news media are saying, oh, there's not going to be a recession, there's not going to be a recession. Everybody who has studied a little bit of history, because although history was not my major in college, I have studied history for the long term since I was a kid, and then I did have a semester of American history, post Civil War in college. But you don't have. All you have, some people may say, oh, Mark, how do you know all this stuff? Well, you don't have to be a history buff or something like that to actually, pick up some books and actually read a little bit more about history. What led Japan to attack Pearl Harbor? Yes, there were other diplomatic issues between America and Japan at that time, but the most important reason why Japan attacked us in 1941, ladies and gentlemen, was actually because we did put tariffs on the scrap metal and aluminum on Japan. So that some people say that we didn't want to sell steel to Japan, and to some degree that's true back then in 1941. But the most important thing is that we did slap tariffs on scrap metal and aluminum. Of course, back then, that was one of the reasons that Japan attacked us in World War II. But if we are not careful, ladies and gentlemen, we will face what we call an economic war, and we will end up, ladies and gentlemen, in a recession. Now, can America handle this type of recession? Well, not at this point, because a lot of people are still dependent on their jobs. So at this point, a recession like that would if we ever go into a recession, ladies and gentlemen, because of our tariffs on aluminum, import tariffs on aluminum from other countries. If we impose, sorry about that, and if we impose tariffs on those nations, we most certainly will have a recession, because the thing is, most countries, okay, just because like I said, of course these tariffs will certainly benefit us and will make our economy run for a little bit longer. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a recession, such a big recession that, and in my opinion, and some people like Peter Schiff will back me up on this, and other economists, I mean, those and even those people who haven't studied economy a little bit, and those people who if you have some common sense, that that unfortunately, because we can slap a tariff on import goods from other countries, then that means that other countries, if we want to sell them something, or export something to, for example, to Russia or China, then they can slap tariffs on us too. Now, if you guys like this video, you can give me thumbs up. You can comment down below. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can reach out to me on Twitter and tell me what you think. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you in my next video.